PyCharm debugging. Okay, so our conversation getting a PyCharm debugging, but debugging पण केला आणि then I think we touch or we learn about for loop, right? For loop, and then even if else. Yes or no, guys? Let me know if you guys remember if we learn this kind of things. If else, right? Did we learn about this? Alright, so okay. And then we debug, right? So, okay. So debugging is what we learn. Let's go and see one more time. Last weekचा एक program आपण बघत होतो. So, we दोन-तीन program बघितले, right? We talked about, oh, this is one array, and we wrote a for loop, right? And then after in a for loop, we printed the name of the fruit. Remember? Do you guys remember? Yes or no? कोणी लिहित नाही yes म्हणून. तर सगळ्यांना for loop समजलाय? Rest of the guys, for loop समजलाय का? मुलांना बाकीची मुलं. मुलांना ऐकायला येतंय का? कारण तुमचे कोणाचे रिस्पॉन्स नाहीत. ओके ओके, फॉर लूप समजला, राईट? आणि इफ देन एल्स बघितलं मागच्या वीक मध्ये, ते पण समजलंय सगळ्यांना की वी नीड टू रिपीट समबडी, की ज्यांना हो मला समजलं नाहीये फॉर लूप किंवा मला इफ एल्स समजलं नाहीये असे कोणी असतील तर जस्ट सांगा, मग आपण परत करू दे. येस, नो? Nobody says no. But okay, then we are gonna keep moving. Okay. What do you want me to repeat? The for loop, key, if then. ते दोन्ही पण. कादंबरी. If then, okay. So if then, right? आपण बघितलं असं की this is the if then repeat करतोय. Just for here, right? Let's see. की आपण a is a variable, right? This a is a variable. Then b is a variable. So me a la I'm gonna assign value 100 and b la assign करतोय 300, right? So if I want to check, oh, if a is bigger or b is bigger, then I can use the if statement to check condition. Current bigger or smaller is ही condition आहे ना, त्यामुळे ती चेक करायची असेल तर if statement वापरतात. So आता मी इथे बघितले, if रीड करताना कसं आपण रीड करतो, if a is greater than b, तर मग then do something, right? So this is what do something if a is greater than b, right? हे जर स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट आहे, ट्रू आहे, तर do this. Or if it is not true, we write here, usually you write else. So let me take out this part. Excuse me. So then if that is not true, then we are going to say, oh, if it is not true, then b is, I can write b is greater than a, right? जसं आपण think of it, एक कादंबरी की काय माझं नाव कादंबरी आहे, हे ट्रू आहे की फॉल्स आहे, तसं इट्स लाईक दॅट स्टेटमेंट, राईट? किंवा माझं नाव कादंबरी आहे, दॅट इज अ ट्रू स्टेटमेंट. माझं नाव Suresh said, it's a true statement, right? So that's like what this is checking. That if A is greater than B, then it's gonna do this statement execution. Otherwise, it's gonna do this execution, right? So that if you let's debug this and make sure we see the same thing. Debug if then else. It's now gonna come and start debugging, right? And here आपलं console. This is a console, right? This part is a console. That's where you see the output. So now I'm gonna go start debugging, right? Step over. Now you can see here the value of A and value of B. So if this is the case, then मग सांग मला की कुठलं is this condition gonna be true or false, Kadambari? Kadambari, are you there? This condition is gonna false. So let's see. आता now आपलं debug करताना you can see the computer कुठल्या statement ला debug करते, right? आता it is on this statement. How you can see? This line you can see highlighted with blue, right? So now if I do save, as you said, कि oh, this statement is a false. म्हणून हे execute नाही करणार आहे तो. It's gonna execute that else part. This is called meta statement, right? Instruction. This part doesn't execute, but actual code gets executed. So now it is executing this part of code. So now you can see the cursor is here, right? So if I execute this, then whatever this statement is gonna get printed. So let's see. You can see here is output, right? After this आपला program end होतोय त्यामुळे हे सगळंच end होतंय पण you can see this statement is printed, correct? Sir, now if instead of 100, if I make that A as 1,000, then what's gonna happen? Right? Let's debug that again, right? So I'm gonna debug this statement again, right? So Kadambari, now in this case, right, we are at this place, you can say A is assigned as 1,000, B la 300 assigned in it. And now when we are executing this, computer execute this statement, what is gonna be? Is that statement true or false? The equation statement, true, right? So true, that means what? It is gonna execute this part. It's not gonna, this is technically, if you look, they call if, then and else part. आता Python मध्ये then लिहत नाहीत म्हणून it's automatically assume केलं जातं. So now if this statement is true, what does that mean? Line 7 is gonna get executed, correct? So let's see that. See, line 7, it started executing line 7, right? So you can see on a console, what it printed? It printed line 7, correct? So that's the way if, then else work, right? Kadambari, समजला? I will wait till you say yes or no. Okay, good. So मुलांनो की आता कादंबरीने विचारलं पण it doesn't have to be कादंबरी asking. तुम्हाला बाकीच्या कोणाला पण समजलं नसेल कुठलं पार्ट तर जस्ट परत विचारा कारण समजलं एका वेळेतच समजलं पाहिजे असं काही नाहीये. इफ इट टेक्स 3 times we will explain it. ठीक आहे. तर दिस इज व्हॉट इफ देन एल्स बघितलं आपण आणि यू गाईज नो फॉर लूप टू, राईट? लास्ट टाइम आपण फॉर लूप पण घेतलेला, करेक्ट? तर आता ऍक्च्युली फॉर लूपच आपण एक रिव्हिजन करणार आहोत. तर आय एम गोना शो यू माय स्लाइड what we are gonna learn today. So we last week looked at if, then we learned debugging, and now this week we are gonna learn break statement. Break statement and then continue statement. So let's see what is a break statement. with break statement, we can stop loop before it has looped through all the items. तर जस्ट फॉर एक्झाम्पल, तुम्हाला माझी स्क्रीन दिसते का सगळ्यांना? कोणीतरी येस न म्हणा. हा, ओके, गुड. अर्जुन, गुड. सर, इथे काय व्हेरिएबल फ्रुट्स आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये व्हॉट वी पुट ऍपल, बनाना, चेरी, राईट? आणि वी आर रिपीटिंग अ फॉर लूप सेइंग फॉर एक्स इन फ्रुट्स, correct? And then we are printing x, so it is going to print apple, right? Then banana, and then cherry. But okay, this for loop just don't have only one print statement, है ना? त्याच्यामध्ये त्याच्यानंतर if statement पण आहे. if statement मध्ये काय करतो आपण? It is gonna check x, so that whatever fruit name which we got in, it is checking if this is again comparison statement, right? Last time आपण if बघितलं त्याच्यामध्ये it was greater than or less than symbol होता. If this is the way compare statement is work. So if x is banana, then it says a break. So what is going to happen? Okay, let's type this program, or I think I have that program there, right? So we want to see what happens with the break. But before we're going to break, what if you just read this? If it doesn't make sense, it's fine. But still, let's read this. With the break statement, we can stop loop before it has looped through all the items. For loop goes through all items, right? But break statement, you can stop it. So that's what we are going to learn. So as I was saying, आपण पण लास्ट वीक लूप बघितलेला, त्याच्यामध्ये we had these things. So as the example says, if item equal to, I'm going to put orange in this. O-R-A-N-G-E, orange. Then break, right? That is the way I'm going to put the statement. So that way we will know what is going to happen. So are you guys ready to debug this? मुलांना खूप लेट येत आहेत काही मुलं. लेट आलात शरयू, आता काय Sayuri, right? Late आलात तर ठीक आहे, पण then if you are coming late, then make sure की तुम्ही हे recorded video आहे, तो recorded video क्लास झाल्यानंतर बघा, कारण otherwise you will lose some of the information. So okay, let's go and debug this, right? We are going to debug this fruit name with a break statement. So let me know when you guys see things on my screen, right? So here is output window, console window, and our cursor is at this place, right? So I'm gonna go say step over. Right, that's fine. Sayuri, that's fine. That's म्हणालो मी की if you are joining late or having internet problem, make sure you guys go and watch the video. So that way, whatever you are missing, you will be able to cover that in that week itself, right? So that way, next time you can ask question, hey, मला समजलं नाही किंवा हे झालं कसं झालं. But anyway, let's continue. So you can see the cursor, right? Now, for loop, मध्ये item don't have any value yet. So let's execute it first time. What has item has a value? Apple. So we are going to print item, right? So let's execute this statement is going to print it. So it printed apple here, right? Now it is going to check item equal to orange. Is this statement true? आता if statement आहे, right? कादंबरी आताच आपण थोड्या वेळापूर्वी if statement बघितली, right? तर आता सांग मला ही स्टेटमेंट ट्रू आहे की फॉल्स आहे. मुलांना ट्राय आन्सरिंग क्विकली. त्यामुळे देन वी विल कव्हर मोस्ट ऑफ आवर scheduled syllabus. Okay, Aryan, that's good. Arjun, okay, so I think Kadambari, okay, good. Kadambari, if you don't understand, you can say wrong things and we will make sure you understand. Okay, just copy naka karu ekmekancha. And it doesn't matter if I ask Kadambari, you guys can answer. So, okay, this statement is a false, right? So you guys can see what happens. So if it is false, means it's not going to execute this statement. So let's continue. I'm going to execute. So what happens? It goes for the next iteration of for loop. And now you can see what item comes in a for loop? Banana, which is the second item. You can see when it prints, I think we just have apple printed here, right? Right. So then now if I execute this statement, you can see what happens. It prints banana on the console. Now, is this statement true now? If statement true or false? Guys, quickly. False again, right? Let's execute and confirm that, right? Yeah, it's false. That's the reason that the iteration goes for the next for statement, right? So now let's execute that for, and then what you have? Orange here. We are going to print that orange here, right? In this statement print, that line 4 is a print statement. So let's see what it does. It printed orange, correct? So far, so good, Mulana. So now, what is this now? Is this statement true or false now? Yes, sir, right? But now, okay, is it good? So somebody is saying this statement is true because you can say item is orange and we are checking with the value orange. So as I'm going to execute, you can see, oh, it now enters the then part, correct? And oh, what we are saying, then means break. So now you guys can see what happened. Break means what? Though there are some more items in our array, what is going to happen? It is going to come out of this for loop. You guys can see it, our code exited. Our program exited because of this break statement. The for loop got broke before it finishing all the items, right? There a break statement nasta. So what happens? We would have printed all the items, correct? So break statement use का है कि जर if you want to break a for loop in between before it finishes executing all items, you can use the break statement. आणि break statement कधी वापरायची आहे त्याच्यासाठी you will need a if part, correct? So that's the reason if statement is used along with the break. Does this make sense, guys? The break statement use का है कळला? Okay, so this is the breaks, right, which breaks the loop, correct? And then now there is something called, so maybe I should ask you guys, okay, if I'm going to change this, right? I'm going to ask you guys quickly, write something. If it's someone of you, just write some program. So not someone, all of you. So quickly, a program. I mean, you guys can show me whatever you can write. I'm just randomly putting some numbers here. Right, sir, write a program to with a break statement, whenever you encounter number 4, you stop executing that for loop. Can you guys write this program and quickly show me? I'm going to keep this program in front of you. या program मध्ये काय केलेलं आपण की we were comparing against orange. But in my program, what I'm saying, asking you guys, compare with number 4, right? So can you guys write the program? So that way, at least it will be a quick exercise for you guys. So I will give you guys 4 minutes, right? Whoever gets it done is fine, but at least some of you guys will get good exercise. And kunacha tari program we can just type in here and come debug. That way, whoever don't have a computer at home, at least their program we can try out, right? सगळ्यांना कळलाय? ऍटलीस्ट 1-2 जणांनी क्वेश्चन कळलाय म्हणून तरी येस म्हणा, ज्यांना कळलाय त्यांनी. And you can start writing code. Did you guys get the question or understand the question? Aryan or Arjun, do you guys understand my question or what kind of program you have to write? Okay, there you go, Kadambari. Okay, so Kadambari got something going. Arjun, okay, you can type in your program, but that makes me feel good. At least Kadambari, Deepika, you both are writing. So, okay. I know Kadambari, you wrote the program, but I'm not going to pick yours. I'm going to pick Deepika's. I'm just going to copy as it is. I know there is something here and there, and we will fix those things. Okay, guys? Okay, yeah, I'm going to hold this thing. Let's see, there is a comment. How do I comment in this? Quick comment here. Code. Insert comment. No. I'm just looking something till that rest of the doginni's pathawlay. Okay, Aryan. I think last time there was somebody Shlok, right? Parth, you guys need to write the code. Don't wait for the others. Mansi is there. Good, Mansi. So I see 3. Three girls. I think I need to put a competition between girls and boys. Yeah. Come on, Arjun. I already said I'm going to pick up Deepika's code. So, okay. There we go, Parth, Arjun. Okay. I'm not checking everybody's code, okay? But good, you guys are trying, and that's what we want. So, okay. Let's do it here, right? I'm picking up whose code? Okay, sorry, I think I picked up a wrong person's code. Okay, I need to pick up Deepika's code. Okay, so this is Deepika's code. Okay, so let's do these numbers. I know Deepika, it's like this is gonna give us error, right? You know what is the error. So now I think guys, whoever finished writing code, they already posted. Whoever could not, that's fine. But let's guys, pay attention to the code and let's see what are the issues we can see, right? Usually computer programming, what are the issues comes around, not usually the logic. Usually the syntax error takes up longer time. So if I try debugging Deepika's code, I'm gonna get couple of errors, right? Right? It is basically, you can see here, it has couple of errors here and there, right? So what does this mean? Oh, there are some syntax errors. Where is my mouse? Okay. So we have to fix some of the syntax errors, right? So for should be small, lowercase, right? And n is a smaller, so we will make it bigger, right? And then now we need colon, right, Deepika? It's all good, Deepika. This is what more important is that, okay, you knowing what kind of errors we do, right? So next time we fix it. The for loop mother indentation lagta, right? So and print is lowercase and then print is like this, right? And then again, if is a lower, if item, now here we said items, so here we cannot say item, right? It has to be items, right? And single equal to sign is assignment. So what we need is double equal to sign. And break is again break this way. And also we need colon here, right? So now let's debug your program. I fixed few of the issues, but let's debug it, right? So we're gonna debug it. Stop and run. Why did I not stop here? Okay. He did printed something quickly. So you guys can see she printed, her code worked, right? By taking out some of the syntax error. It printed 1, 3, 4, and 7. And as soon as it hit 4, it break. So it did not print 8 and 2, correct? So do you guys want to debug it, or you guys are okay not debugging it? Yes or no? Somebody say something. आपण नाही debug करूया. ठीक आहे. I think I'll not go debug. Most of you guys understood. I'll just quickly say one thing. Parth, in your code, you were checking not equal to, right? We said we want to check equal to. So if you put not equal to, what will gonna happen? If I just put it there, it's just gonna, first time itself, the item is not 4, right? Because this is not equal to. So if you see, if I run this program, it's just basically in one shot itself, it's going to just print 1 and then come out. Do you understand? I think this is good to see how quickly the program can change the output. So it's very quickly. So if you write, just do a small mistake, the program fully behaves differently. So see, now just put not equal to sign and the program output is totally different than what we were expecting. But good to know, unless you guys do this mistake, you will not be able to fix the issues, right? So good. I think Mansi, okay, just to see it, I think you had the same issue, right? You said print in a colon, right? Your statement, if I pick it up, this is Mansi, your code. Mostly, I think what mistakes Deepika did, similar thing like uppercase, lowercase, print not to be in a bracket, right? The item should be in a bracket. So that's what the mistakes are. But I think indentation part is okay. I think who uh, Parth and Arjun took care of indentation, but that's okay. I think they might have computers, so there's the reason their indentation came out to be right. But you guys have to make sure that indentation is correct, right? So now we know the break statement, right? So there is another complementary or statement like break. It's called continue statement. So I think we will do the continue statement just like what we did as the break statement. Let's go and do it. I think we are going very slow, guys, but it's okay as long as you guys understand, right? So let's do quickly. I'm gonna go back again to our old. So I can ask you guys to write the code again for this, right? So we'll go back to our original example saying what we want to do, right? So this one was a break, right? Now what I'm going to say is, in this, I don't want to print banana. So how I can do that? Okay, maybe let's read what the continue statement is. With the continue statement, we can stop the current iteration for the loop and continue with the next. So that's what the continue statement does. You can skip. So that's the reason what we need to do in this continue statement is how do we can skip? So first thing to skip, we need to write the break statement, right? So that's the reason print part, we will move it to the later part. We will first check if I don't want to print banana. So I'm going to basically check if it is banana, then I'm going to say continue. Otherwise, it's going to go print. So you guys can see whenever banana is there, it's going to call continue statement. That means what? It is going to skip rest of the for loop and just going to go back. So let's debug this and see how it works. All right. So this, and let me debug it. Unexpected indentation. Where is that unexpected indentation? What did we do? Where did we do? So debug, top and so now let's go to console. And now our cursor is here, right? So we are executing this statement. I'm going to pass on to the next statement. So we are here, right? So we are at the start of the for loop. So when this for loop's first iteration gets executed, we will see what comes in the item. Currently, there is nothing in the item. So, but when we execute this first statement, it's going to have value in item, right? So what's the value in item now? Apple. So we are saying if item equal to banana, then continue. So is it true now in this case? No, right? Let me just execute and show you guys what happens. Oh, it is not true. So it moves to the next line in that loop, correct? So now you can see, oh, it's going to print that item. Let's execute that print statement and see, oh, Apple printed here. And then it moved to the next iteration. Now, if I execute this statement, the item will have value banana. So let's try that. So you can see item has a value banana here, right? Now we are going to check again, is item banana? In this case, it's true, right? So if I see what happens, it goes to continue statement, line 5. And with the continue statement, as we said, it skips, right? So what's going to happen? This is going to skip whole for loop. So it is not going to execute this statement. It's going to skip to the next iteration. So let me just execute, and this skipped, right? So now it did not print a banana, right? You guys got that? So now third iteration comes in. Now if you execute that, what's going to happen? It assign orange. Now is orange item is this item is banana? No. So it basically, if I try, it's going to go print. So what is going to printing? Orange. Next time, you see, oh, it got a mango. Is item equal to banana? No, right? So then it's just going to continue again. Not continue. It's going to continue executing for loop. So now it's going to print item. Right? Why did it not execute my, yeah, okay. This for loop, I think I need to take it bigger so that way you guys can see it. I made everything big so you guys can see it. So now third or last, one more iteration is going to go after mango. What it's gonna assign? It assigns the last element grapes. Is that banana? No. So it's gonna continue executing this part for loop. Then if I print, it prints grape, right? Now if you execute, we actually ended the last loop. So what had happened? It came out of that for loop, correct? So what output you got? 4 fruits: apple, orange, apple, banana, apple, orange, mango, and grapes. Correct? So it did not print banana because we had used if statement to check for banana and use continue. So that's the way continuous statement works. If anything you want to skip in a for loop, you execute continuous statement. Does that make sense? मुलांना समजताय? Right? Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so that's good. I know we are running little late, so we will continue fast forward to our next part. So we learn about continue, right? Now we are going to learn about the range function. So if you remember, we talked about one data type, range. So the range data type basically generates the range of numbers. आपण मागे बघितलं की एक array मध्ये आपण numbers ठेवले, तसं you can use a range function and it generates the numbers. So this example is something like, oh, range, then you go through the all numbers in those and print it. I have copied this as one function here, so that way you guys can see here. It's the same program. So we will just run this and see what is going to happen to explain you what is the range function, correct? So let's debug this range. Actually, rather than debugging, maybe I want to stop and run it and show you the output. That way it is faster and then we will debug it. So this range function, we said, oh, generate numbers till 5. So what it did? It generated numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we ask for up to range. When you don't specify starting point, it assumes 0. So it generated numbers from 0 till 5 data points. So that's what the 4 numbers, right? These are the 5 numbers it generated. So if instead of that, if I say 15, what it will do, if I run this program, then what will it do? It will generate from see it generated from 0 till 14, correct? Yeah, Arjun, you're right, correct. So that's actually that's the use of a range function. Actually, I'm not going to debug that program anymore because a couple of you guys answered something that makes me feel you guys understand what is the range function. So when you don't specify range, it automatically assumes from the 0. But I can specify range saying that, oh, instead of starting from 0, I started from 2. So what's going to happen in this case? It will start from 2, right? So it started from 2 and goes up to 5, right? Not 5, up to 5. So 2, 3, 4. When I don't specify starting number, it starts from the 0, correct? But when I specify start from some number, it is going to start from that. So if I say, oh, generate till 10, okay. So it is going to generate from 2 to 10. Let's read this, right? Run this. So you can see it generated on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, correct? Does that make sense? मुलांना कळतंय रेंज फंक्शनचा काय यूज आहे? Right, it generated from 2 to 9, correct? And there is a third parameter to this function, which is they call step, right? So I'm going to say, oh, start from 2 and then with the step of 2. If I don't specify step, then it is always going to step one number, but I can specify step 2, then it will increment by 2, and you can see the difference here right away. If I run, it started from 2, gonna go till 10, but with the step of 2. So you can see it first number started 2, then 4, then 6, 8, right? Up to 10, right? But now it's not 10. That's the way it's gonna happen. If I start with a 3, you guys can see now if I start with a 3, it's gonna 3, it's gonna step with the 2, step with the 2, step with the 2. So it generated up to 9, correct? Sorry, up to 10 because 9 is less than 10, right? So that's the reason it generated up till that. And I can specify actually, if I specify, now tell me, start with 2, step of 3. So what is gonna do, this program, what it's gonna generate as output? If I specify starting with 2 up to 10 and step of 3. Okay, Arjun answered something. Anyone else want to answer? Okay, let's guys go see it, right? Let's run this. There you go, Aditi. After a long time, I see your message. So yes, you guys are good, right? 2, 5, 8. Okay, good. So now, just for testing you guys, so 10, I start with a 3, I say there 4. Now, tell me guys, what is this gonna generate? So this range function, tell me what it's gonna generate. Okay, just few guys, rest of the guys, there are 18 kids in this class. I'm gonna pick somebody, Soham. Soham mote. No, Soham what? Soham lost right away as soon as I said Soham. Soham is gone. I want to see someone else because Arjun, Mansi, Parth, Kadambari, that's the common people. Soham don't have to leave, but you guys have to answer. Maitreya, Friday. आज काही आन्सर नाही आहेत तुमचे. Maitreya, I need you to answer this. Maitreya, answer this one. Oops, okay. Mansi, okay, where is Maitreya? You need to answer this. Are you there, Maitreya? Type at least yes or no, so we'll know. Maitreya, Ayush. Yeah, the main idea of this, all of you guys kids, for you guys to understand or learn, right? So, चुकीचं असेल वाटतं ओ मी चुकेन किंवा मी मला जमणार नाही तर दॅट्स फाईन राईट. तुम्ही इथे सगळेजण शिकण्यासाठी येता राईट. त्यामुळे हो मला समजलं नाही किंवा मी जर चुकेल तर इट्स ओके. सगळेजण त्याच्यासाठी येतात. तर इम्पॉर्टंट इज यू गाईज टू लर्न. तर मैत्रे, आय डोंट सी यू मेसेजिंग. Say yes or no, you are there, you are hearing me. I see other kids writing. It's okay, it takes time. You can type yes or no. So let's just run this and confirm whatever kids are saying. I am pretty sure that most of you understand, but let's try it. So 3, 7, 11, 15 and 19, right? Most of you guys wrote these numbers. So that's good. That means you guys understand something. Right? So I know that it's almost getting close, but we have to complete some of the things. So if you guys remember, upon this number series, you guys remember आपण काहीतरी एक लॉजिक म्हणून काहीतरी केलं होतं. तर ऍक्च्युली पहिला याचा आन्सर सांगा मला. आय एम होपिंग सम ऑफ यू गाईज स्टिल रिमेंबर व्हॉट इज द आन्सर फॉर दिस फर्स्ट सिरीज. 1, 4, 19, 16, 25, 36, right? I don't see some of you guys. Ayush now answered. Good, Ayush. Sarika, that's good. I did not see me, Parth, or someone else. I think you guys need to answer quickly. More of you guys answer, I'm gonna feel better. And to me, kiti mula 16 I see. That means including me. That means 15 kids are there, right? So only 2 or 3 answering is not good. So, okay. So if this is what logic, right? We saw that, oh, this is series. Now, how we can write a program to generate that things? Can we write the program? You guys tell me what is the law? Oh, somebody, Kadambari, are you, where you are writing 22, Kadambari or Deepika? We are still just talking about this first number series. So don't go answer. Yeah, no, don't answer for the second. We're still just talking about the first series. Otherwise, I will copy it somewhere. Okay. So let's just talk about the first series, right? What we can do. This is the series which we want to generate. Can we write a program to generate this series? So how many numbers are there, right? The logic in this is what? What is the logic here? Guys, can you quickly tell me? Type, what is the logic? usually program लिहायचं म्हणजे काय करतात की this is something the problem, we just type the program for it, right? Square of natural number, good, that's good. So this is square of 1, this is square of 2, so sequence, right? 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, and that's the reason 6 square, right? So you guys answered it, right? Like 1 into 1, then 2 into 2, 3 into 3 into 3, 4 into 4, 5 into 5, then we want to do 6 into 6, correct? This is what we want to do, correct? So now if I say, oh, this is what I want to do, use this range function and generate the output. So can you guys do this program? Instead of me writing this program and showing you guys, maybe you guys can write. Now you have the range here. Now you know what the logic is. So you can write the program for this solution, right? So go. I think we have 8 minutes, but I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes and then we'll explain. Arjun, I know you are going to try. So everybody go try. I'm going to go. Nidhi, तुला समजतंय का? Gopi, Nidhi, Gopi. Let me see who else is there. कारण मुलं खूप आहात आणि त्यातले खूप कमी मुलं आन्सर करतायत तुम्ही. I know Arjun करतो answer. Aryan sometimes do. Ayush, I think you rarely answer. Jay आहे. Jay, तुला मराठी समजतं, इंग्लिश समजतं का? You can type. Jay, मैत्रेय, या वेळेला मैत्रेयने did not answer. And Prathamesh. खूप कमी मुलं आहात, right? I can individually explain you guys. So don't feel, oh, I'm picking you guys. Dheeraj, right? So go ahead, guys, start writing code. But I'm calling out for Nidhi or Sarika, कारण त्यांचे कोड बघितला नाही ना मी. So Nidhi, do you understand what we are writing or doing? की कोड लिहिणं काय खूप कठीण नाहीये, पण तुला पहिली स्टेप समजली नसेल तर मग तुला पुढच्या स्टेप समजणार नाही आणि मग ते कठीण होत जातं. तर निधी, कॅन यू टाईप and tell me, do you understand or do you don't understand? Yes, I understand or I don't understand. Okay, then can you write code for these things? काही जे जसं जमेल तसं. Don't hey, Arjun, can you delete your code, Arjun? Because I don't want Nidhi to copy. Whatever Nidhi writes, we will pick it up. So Arjun, I know you wrote it. I will keep your code, as I said, but you can only delete your code. I can't do deletion for you. Can you delete your message or no? I don't think I can delete. Okay, neither either. Okay. I don't think I can delete. Okay, so Nidhi wrote something. That's good, Nidhi. So we are going to pick your code and going to go with it, right? Okay, so let's pick it up, what Nidhi wrote, right? So I can't delete your code, Anuj, Arjun, but let's pick it up, what Nidhi wrote, right? So she is writing x minus range. So that should be equal, Nidhi. Range is function, right? And variable. And then range is something you start with the function, right? Curly brace, round braces. So 1, comma 2, that's what you wrote. And then the for loop goes on the next line, right? I in X. So if this is the uppercase, your X needs to be uppercase, right? And then what you are saying is print I into I, right? Good. Kadambari, I think we are picking up Nidhi's code. So that's what we are. So I into I is what is this, right? That's what you are trying to do. And you are writing a range from 1 to 2. Our range is supposed to start. What is the first number we are starting? 1, right? If you look, 1, so range is don't look like 1 to 2, right? What it should be, Nidhi? What this range should be? आपण मागे आत्ताच बघितलं रेंज फंक्शन काय करतं. त्याच्यामध्ये रेंज काय नंबरची? 1 to 2 आहे का? की काय रेंज इथे? You can tell me what is the range of this number? Why we take I? Kadambari, to the question, why I take I or L? Is that I or L? Or 1? I, right? Yeah, why is other variables नाव काही असू शकतं. म्हणून ते घेतलं आहे, right? But I think what I'm asking is, Nidhi, की range to 1 to 2 म्हणाली आहेस, तर ऍक्च्युली काय रेंज असायला हवी आहे सांग. निधी, आपल्याकडे वेळ कमी आहे. तर रेंज बघ इथे की 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 रेंज आहे, राईट? 6 पर्यंतचे नंबर पाहिजे. आणि ऍक्च्युली 6 पर्यंतचे नंबर पाहिजे असेल तर व्हॉट यू हॅव टू डू? Your range should be bigger, up to 6 म्हणालीस, so that is not going to work, right? We need to have up to 7, right? So that should be 1 to 7, correct? I know few of you guys wrote 6, so it should be 7, right? 1 to 4 पण नाही ना निधी, कारण रेंज बघ किती नंबर, लास्ट नंबर कुठला आहे? 6, right? 6 into 6, correct? So my range is should be that, right? And then I think Kadambari was asking why, Kadambari or somebody was asking, yeah, why I? You can use any variable. You can use index or I or whatever number. But what she is trying to do, so in this, each number we want to put it as I, and then what we did is I into I, that number into number, printing that number, right? So let's debug this and make sure it works, right? It's 1 minute and you guys have to leave, right? I know for sure. Okay, so let's in a minute we will debug and confirm how it works, right? We are here. We are gonna go. First number is, what is the value of I? 1, correct? So 1 into 1 is, it printed 1. Now next iteration. What is the value of I? 2. So 2 into 2, correct? What is going to print? 4, correct? So that way, next time it is a 3. 3 into 3 is 9. Then 4. 4 into 4 is 16. After that, 5 into 5. Then what? 6 into 6, 36, right? And that's it. So that even some of you guys said from range up to 6, it shouldn't be till 6, right? It is up to 7. So, okay, this is what we learn, right? You guys got to learn how you can generate the series, right? So maybe you guys want to take a quick picture of this, and maybe I want you guys to write a program for this next to number series. So take a snapshot or take a picture. I will, if you want, I will post it on a group and you can do. But next week, we want to see you guys write the program for this. Means तुमचा homework आहे हा. ठीक आहे? It's already 8:30, म्हणजे 9 o'clock at your place. Guys, good job. Hey, Mansi, if you are taking a picture, can you post it on a group? Nasil, I will take a picture and post it on a group. Don't worry. Okay, that's good. Okay, so if you guys have question, post your question on that group. That's fine. Me answer करें. ठीक है मुलानो. Let's go. I'm gonna stop recording and then we will end the call.